Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Macomb Middle School for the first time ever. TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. And you can see that it's postseason junior high volleyball, and Morton has their mascot in the house tonight. The Potters of Morton are here to play the Bombers of Macomb Middle School for a sectional title in IESA Class 4A. I'm Dwayne Hulett. John Burton is on the camera, and the person that John Burton sees as his greatest hero at the moment, Karis Karan, is alongside, just so that John doesn't have to talk tonight. Does that make you feel special, Karis?
It totally does.
I figured it might. I figured it might. Haven't seen probably a ton of junior high volleyball. Did you run the scoreboard this year?
Yep, did the book.
Or did the book, I mean?
Yep.
So you did see some junior high volleyball. Did you get to see Macomb this year?
I did not.
So that's a new twist for you. 7th and 8th grade, of course, normally plays together as they separate for the postseason. So it's 7th grade sectional, Class 4A. And I don't even know if you know this, but you've coached and helped with junior high and high school and stuff. So maybe Macomb playing in a super sectional in basketball in the high school level is 2A, but in junior high they're 4A. That's just, they do a size-wise thing there too, but there's still a lot of schools that aren't members of IESA, I think, right? Is that part of the problem, you think, or do you even know?
I actually have no idea.
The last I heard, that was most of the problem. Like when I was in school, we weren't a member of IESA. Were you in IESA when you were in school?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, Bushnell wasn't until several years after I left junior high, so that's part of it. And then also, you know, there's schools that, like Macomb, that are in 4A, and you don't win very many regionals. Then you have 1A schools, Colchester back in the day, Southeastern now, win a lot in 1A because they somehow stay in 1A. So that tells you the disparity between 1A and high school and 1A or 4A and high school and junior high. So that's what we're here before. But both teams have a full roster, which is nice to see. How many years?
There seems to be a lot of junior high kids playing right now.
How many years when you played at the high school level did a grade have a full team?
Almost never. In junior high sometimes,
but once they get to high school, as Tony Weston is doing the announcing tonight, he does football with the Bombers for us here on TSSR Game Time Live. We'll take a quick break for the national anthem, and we'll be back after this.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
And welcome back to Macomb Middle School as the national anthem just got complete. We'll let you hear Tony Weston do the starting lineups right now. I was going to let you hear the starting lineups, but they speaker system in here. There's a lot of people in here, Karis. I kind of thought the crowd would be down because of the super sectional going on. The Macomb Bomber side is packed over there.
It is packed, and Morton's not real far behind.
No, it's a lot of people here tonight. That is for sure. So it's exciting to see that. But we are glad to have all nearly 100 of you on right now. I want to say hi to Kara Erud, who is watching. Says, let's go Bricks. Hop in that live chat. Tell us where you're watching from and who you're cheering for as they get ready with the starting lineups here. We'll see who Coach Weston is going to do first. Coach Weston is the wrestling coach here at Macomb High School. He also does color commentary for us on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH for the Macomb High football games.
Nice.
So he does like to talk, and he's pretty good at it. John Burton is his play-by-play guy during the fall. The Morton team got all cheering and clapping and ready to go, and then he talked too much.
Well, there is a whole bunch of things you have to read about sportsmanship and all that at the beginning of these games.
Is sportsmanship important?
No.
No, not at all. Not at all. Jock R is watching, says, let's go Bricks. Kara Erud from Macomb watching her niece, number 19. So once again, we love seeing the live chat active. Be fair and be kind in there, but tell us where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. We'd love to hear that. We're at the Macomb Middle School for IESA Class 4A Sectional as Morton, very loud. We'll turn Karis down for a minute. Number 6 is Taylor Mann. Number 21. Oh, I got him on the wrong side. 6 is Emmy Martin. Number 21 is Grace Irving. Number 8 is Simone Lamont. Number 13 is Kate Gronwald. Number 4 is the captain, Brooke Sarisa. And number 5 is Hadley Love. For the Bombers, number 16 is Harper Katz. Number 6 is Taylor Mann. Number 32 is Jersey Mills. Number 5 is Reese Watson. And number 18, Aniston Level. And number 15, it left the one off for us. Number 15 is Brixley Ladewa. Stella says, let's go Bombers. Thanks for joining us, everybody, as we're about ready to go. So we'll go through these again. For the Bombers, at right back, number 16, Harper Katz. Right front, number 6 is Taylor Mann. Middle front, number 32 is Jersey Mills. Left front, number 5 is Reese Watson. Left back, number 18 is Aniston Level. And middle back, number 15, Brixley Ladewa. And if I'm saying that wrong, please let me know. For the Morton Potters, they'll start right back, number 6, Emmy Martin. Right front, number 21 is Grace Irving. Middle front, number 8 is Simone Lamont. Number 13 at the left front is Kate Gronwald. Left back, the captain, 4 is Brooke Sirisa. And middle back, number 5 is Hadley Level. So those are the starters for the two teams. Never hear anybody announce the lineups as right back, right front, whatever it is. Some people watching this are going to know what all that means, but that is essentially the rotation, correct? For lack of a better terms. Oh, wait a second. I got you turned down still for all the noise in the background. Go ahead.
Yes, it is. Basically serving order.
Obviously, it means nothing once the ball is served, but until the ball is served, they have to be in that order, correct? Now, they can be forward, back, whatever, but in front of the person behind you or behind the person in front of you and beside the people beside you, right? Essentially is the best way to do it.
Yes. Middle front in front of middle back, that kind of thing.
And the libero come in to serve for the Potters as we're underway here in set number 1. Knocked across by the Bombers. That was Mills, and an attack and a kill. Dropped it in for Simone Lamont. as the first point of the game goes to the Potters. They lead 1-0 here in set number 1. That is number 11, Emerson Mitchell, I believe, the libero. It is. And a free ball goes across. Katz sends it over. Lamont again on the attack. It's deep. Back there with the dig was Ladeva. And Mills with another attack. It is in. Just got the backside of the line. A kill for Jersey Mills. And the Bombers tied at 1 and get the side out. That was barely in.
Yeah, it was close.
Pam Burnham, a great official and a longtime coach in the area. We can tell a little story she told me before the game about that. Back to serve is Katz, the setter. Knocked across and a kill for Kate Gronwald. A side out back to the Potters. They lead 2-1 here in set number 1. The libero for the Bombers is Grace O'Hearn. She wears number 2 in the white jersey. Mills again on the attack deep. Dug it back there by Level. Knocked across and down the line. Lamont with her second kill, and it's a 2-point lead for the Potters here in set number 1. Serving, number 21 is Grace Irving. Trouble, but it's going to be a free ball as Katz is going to have to send that across. And not a good pass there either, and it's going to result in, I guess, a communication error.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Lamont tried to hit it, and the middle blocker, or middle hitter, was going to just bump it across. It's a side out to the Bombers. They trail by 1. Back to serve is the libero, number 2, Grace O'Hearn. Low, hard serve, well out the back of the court, and a side out back to the Potters. The Potters have got 1 offensive point. The Bombers have got none, and it's 4-2.
And putting those serves in junior high volleyball is critical.
And Lamont back to serve. Might be good to have her out of the front row. Free ball again. It's going to be hit across that time by Katz. That's going to be an overpass and knocked down by Jersey Mills. And the Bombers get the serve back, and Mills will go back to serve. Number 32 for the Bombers gets her second kill. She ended one on the end line and then dropped that one down about 3 feet from the net. That's a deep serve again. Irving is there. Set, back set that time. On the attack and out. A hitting error for Kate Gronwald. The setter, number 4, Brooke Cerisa. And the Bombers have tied it at 4. Mills with her first service point. That's the first service point of the game for the Bombers, in fact. Tipped across. Can't get it over as the tip worked that time by Brooke Cerisa. How would you say that, Karis? Number 4.
Cerisa seems good to me.
And an ace. Not a hard serve, but a serve that works well. It drops in the back corner. A kill for number 13, Kate Gronwald, and it's 6-4. The lead for the Potters, and then a service error gives the ball back to the Bombers. There are no cheerleaders there, I don't think. It's just the other team. I think maybe the 8th grade team for the Bombers lined up on the far side over there. And the 8th grade team for the Potters is here as well. And there's a tip kill off the block. That's Emmy Martin with the attack and the kill. And it's 7-5. Reverend Erude's watching, number 15 from Kenya, Nairobi, Kenya. Watching us tonight. Thanks for joining us.
They're going to make those girls on the floor leave.
Going to make them get up on the bleachers,
yeah.
I would imagine. And that's may not make them get up on the, oh, they are going to make them get up on the bleachers. And that's somewhat understandable, I guess.
That is in the playing area, so.
A lot of times the people even in the front rows outside of the team are not allowed to have their feet on the floor.
Yes.
Cerisa back to serve. And an ace. It's 8-5. Morton with the lead. That live chat's open for any Morton fans that might be watching as well. Don't feel like you can't hop in there and wish your girls good luck. And another ace. Serve receive is faltering a little bit for the Bombers here. And it's 9-5. Jock R watching from Massachusetts. Thanks for joining us. That ball, no touch and out of bounds on the hitting error. And a run here, maybe a timeout coming at some point for the Bombers. Down 10-5 in set number 1. And that drops in. Another ace. That's the third ace served by Sarisa here, and every one of them, Karis, has been to that deep right corner.
Yep, they just changed their lineups. They put someone back there in that corner to cover it, so.
Left that one much shorter. Katz went down to get it, and another ace. And here comes the timeout for the Bombers at 12-5. We'll take a break as well. We'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
And welcome back to Macomb Middle School. Haven't got to say that very many times, but this is a really nice gym and a really nice facility, as I suppose, Karis, it should be, since it's brand new, right?
That's right.
But
it is beautiful.
It is very nice. There's no doubt about it. And the Morton Potters are finding it pretty likable right now as well, as they are up 12-5 on the Bombers. The Bombers just took their first time out, and we'll see if they can change anything. If you have not watched the Bombers, or if you have watched the Bombers a lot, you'll hear some names that due to sickness are not here tonight, so their lineup has been changed a bunch. I was told about that at Western when I was out there in the SID office, or Sports Information Department, a little earlier, so expected some changes to the lineup. And Karis, when you play all season a certain way or a certain rotation, changes are hard, and they're really hard when you have to play a sectional contest.
And, the person that they changed was their setter, so that's a big, big change. He touches the ball a lot.
Another ace. The boys, 24. Let's go Simone and the Potters watching from college. There's a nice attack for the Bombers, and a kill for Brixley Ladeva. And the Bombers get the side out, a much needed side out. Ashley Fellner, let's go. You've got this, Potters. It's just good to have some Morton fans watching us. We thank you for joining us here tonight. Into the game to serve, number 25, Addie Lawrence. Hard serve, but just a little long, the side out. Second service error for the Bombers. They trail by 8. 14-6 is the score. Checking back in was, for the Bombers, number 18, Aniston Level, who then comes out for the libero, Grace O'Hearn. That is out. Another service error, so both teams now with 2 service errors unofficially. And you wonder why, some people might wonder, if you sub in for a player, that player has to be returned from the same player, right? Otherwise you got to make the circle. That's why O'Hearn had to wait for another service error. That's why the double rotation or whatever had to happen.
Double substitution, basically.
Yeah, even though it's not really, because the libero is one of them, but. Deep serve, O'Hearn is there. They went once through the rotation now. Back in serving is Emerson Mitchell. And that's a touch and a kill for the Bombers and a side out. Nancy Anthony says, way to go, Brooke. Grandma's watching and cheering. Corey Lambin says, let's go, Emerson. And a serve for the Bombers. That's Katz back there serving. Sent across by Mitchell. Back set, that was a good one. Went across the net, and then the overpass is knocked down by Jersey Mills. And the Bombers try to claw their way back in. 15-9 is the score.
It'll be nice if they settle into their new lineup a little bit. You can really see them play.
And that's the nice thing about volleyball, right? They can, if you can work through the first set and just get things figured out, you still got 2 more chances, right?
That's right.
There's a nice attack, a nice dig, and an overpass, but it was sent right back. Now middle, it goes to Mills again, and she's going to get another kill. Jersey Mills with the attack and the kill. And the Bombers kind of showing, I think, what you would expect to see in a normal rotation a little bit from them, right?
Yeah.
15-10 is the score. Deep serve and out, another service error. And you've seen them rally a few times, hit an overpass down, dig a ball, send it back over, and one that maybe earlier in a match they wouldn't have gotten to. The passing has gotten a little more crisp. Mills with the attack there. It's Doug, set, middle. Grunwald, an overpass. That was O'Hearn that went down and got that. Now Lamont is tipped up. O'Hearn is there. It's going to be a free ball, and an illegal hit. Unfortunately for Taylor Mann, but she really couldn't do a whole lot else with it. And back serving number 21, that is Grace Irving again. She drops another one in. More trouble on the serve receive that time. A free ball is going to come across. Off the block, tipped up by O'Hearn, and Bombers just couldn't do anything else with it. I'm going to say hi to Scouty J. Says go Potters. 18-10 is the score. A race to 25, and the Potters have an 8-point lead at the moment. Katz, and now Katz is going to send the free ball across. Lamont got it around the block of Mills, and it was a little campfire defense for the Bombers. A hole in the middle, and it fell right there. Second timeout charge to the Bombers. We'll keep it here this time and tell you this game being brought to you by Ron Elby Auto Sales with locations in Macomb and Augusta. With 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Elby Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. In Macomb, on East Jackson Street, stop and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit www.lbsalescars.com to check out their inventory. And Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling. Since 1960, Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling has provided the greater Macomb area with expert sales, service, and installation of quality home comfort systems. Call your local Carrier dealer today at 309-833-2852 and find out how Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling provides 365 days of indoor comfort. And Sports Corner at 124, Macomb's original local sports bar, Sports Corner at 124. With a focus on local sports, catch WIU games and all the area TSSR Game Time live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124, all while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb, or check them out at Park Place tonight. They're watching the Bombers in the Super Sectional there. I don't know if they have us on in the Sports Corner or not, but we hope that they do. If they are, say hi to us, guys, as we're back and ready to go here after the Bomber timeouts. 19-10 is the score. And more trouble on serve receive. It's 20-10. And you might ask yourself, the Bombers, obviously a team that to get this far can serve receive generally pretty well, but even taking the setter out of serve receive still could affect things a lot, can it?
Yes, and they also have a different girl playing libero tonight. Their libero is playing left for 6 rotations, so all their passing rotations will be different. That means you're passing next to somebody you're not used to. You're not sure what balls they're going to take, that kind of thing.
As O'Hearn is back to serve this time on the second time through the rotation. It's 20-11. And just barely out down the left line. Her last serve went very long. This one was a little wide left. Official Sabrina Sue says, let's go Potters. And another communication error on the serve, and another ace for Lamont this time. It is Simone Lamont back serving. It's 22-11, and that's probably exactly what you were talking about right there, wasn't it?
Yep.
An overpass, yes, and knocked down. The kill for Hadley Level, and it's 23-11. Potters with the lead. There is a lot of sickness going around, and really, to some extent, probably lucky they're only missing one player at this point. Middle, Mills on the attack.
Nice.
Dug by Mitchell. Another set to Mills. She's going to double hand that one across. Mitchell's there again. Emerson Mitchell playing well in the libero spot for the Potters. There's O'Hearn, the other libero. That one's tipped across. Dug by Mitchell again. Now Gronwald with the attack and the kill. Set point for the Potters. Gronwald got the kill there. The Bombers were leading at halftime in the IHSA Super Sectional, just a little long. And a side out to the Bombers. They stave off one set point, but they got a lot of them to stave off here. How nice would it be to get a run going, even if you lose this set, to kind of get your momentum going a little bit in this one?
That's huge in volleyball. Nice.
And coming over for the kill, trying to do just that, was number 15, Brixley Ladewa, as she gets the kill, and it's 24-13.
Getting a little run right now means they'll start strong in game 2, which they need.
Emerson Mitchell with the dig. Nice job to go to that and make an attack out of it by Hadley Level. Now Ladewa again with the attack, and she's going to get another kill. 24-14. Mills back to serve again. There's a serve. And a big time block up at the net. It's Ladewa and Aniston Level, and another point for the Bombers. A little momentum. You can kind of feel it in the gym now as the Bombers getting a few things rolling here at the end of set number 1. There's Irving with the dig. It's tipped across, put right back across by Ladewa to the net, and overpass, and it's knocked down again by Ladewa. And it's a third kill during this set, and the Bombers have closed it to 8, 24-16.
Nice strong net play by that middle blocker.
She is playing well at the net right now this time around. The two middles have been good for Macomb. Now tipped across. It's bumped up. Ladewa again, and that's a block, and then she tipped it. Not a double hit. A good job just to keep that alive for the Potters. Tipped across. Mitchell's there again. This time it's going to come out to Level, Hadley Level. It's going to be an overpass, but a good dig nonetheless. To the net it comes. Back to Gronwald, and she's going to be dug by O'Hearn. At the net, the set by Level. Tipped across by Ladewa, and it's going to come back across, and it hit the foul pole. And the rally comes to an end on a fluke play. That ball might have been going out, but you cannot blame Reese Watson for going after that. It's 25-16 at the end of set number 1. The first set goes to the Potters. We'll be back after this on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, as we get ready for set number 2.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today and make your voice heard.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
I would have to say that is the most rewarding part of what I do, making a difference in people's lives. taking care of the women from puberty on through postmenopausal stages and seeing them go through the phases and stages of life.
And welcome back to, how much is left? 3:50?
A minute 50.
A minute 50 left. Bombers down by 1, 31-30 in the super sectional contests. And we're back here for the sectional final. It's 25-14, or 25-16, excuse me, was the score in set number 1. We'll see if we can get that to change over there. Take one off. I didn't want to change after the first one. We'll reset it. And the Bombers have made a bit of a change. I'm going to try to keep this straight, but Harper Katz is now wearing number 2 as the libero, and Grace O'Hearn, what was the libero, is now wearing 16. Correct? I think I can remember it.
And I think the girl who's wearing the libero jersey now is normally their libero, so changing back to more of their regular lineup.
Mary Van Divers says Layman. Okay, Layman. Number 8, Potters. Thank you, Mary. Brandy Baez is watching, says go Bombers. Ashley Fellner watching as well. Julie Nevey says go Bombers, go Brixley. And how big, Karis, could that run at the end of the first set be for the Bombers?
I'm sure it will be, well, I hope it'll be huge for them. It's good that they settled into that lineup, got a little, a few plays in a row going, something to build on.
And Irving is going to get the kill to start things off for the Potters as they are up 1-0, up 1 set to none as well. Emerson Mitchell steps out. Gronwald comes in. Back to serve is Emmy Martin. Number 6 for the Potters. And Lehman is going to send it across. Outside, Watson with the attack. Set middle, Gronwald. Nice dig there by Katz. Now Mills on the attack. The setter, Brooke Sarisa, goes to get that one. It's knocked across again by Lehman. That's a miss hit, but it got across. Now Watson's there again. It's going to be tipped across, dug up, pushed across. O'Hearn is there. Bump set, Mills. Nice dig in the back row.
Rally.
It is a very good one. This is a kind of a momentum starter or switcher too, isn't it?
Yeah, whoever comes out on top of this will have a little boost.
Tipped across. Martin was there. Comes outside, Lehman.
Macomb is looking a lot more comfortable on defense right now, though, with that libero back there.
And trouble is going to get it across, though. O'Hearn comes to get it. Mills now from the 10-foot line. Hits it deep left, right corner. Another nice dig. They've done a great job keeping things going. O'Hearn down to get it. Tipped across. Now to the net, an overpass. Mills is there, dug in the back row by Level. Gronwald on the deck, blocked and a kill! Jersey Mills gets the kill, and that's as long of a rally as you're going to say. Kind of reminds me of the QND rally with the Bombers earlier this year on the high school level. A huge, huge rally and a win for the Bombers on that rally. We'll see if they can keep that going.
Listen to the crowd cheering on that block. Great way to end that rally. Substituted a little too fast there. The referee didn't have it down.
Annika Holland, Scott Holland's daughter. That's who I was talking to earlier today out at Western. Into the game, and she is going to replace Grace O'Hearn for front row action.
Nice serve.
A little bit of trouble on the serve receive. Katz comes to get it. Set, middle, Mills. Doug, far side. Sarisa, the setter. Lehman. Middle again to Mills, and she mishit that one into the net, side out to the Potters. Jennifer Gibson is watching. Julie Nevey. That was a sweet rally, that is for sure. That was fun. Irving back to serve. That service air into the net it goes. Tied at 2. starting much the same way set number 1 started. Stayed tied early, and then the Potters were able to run away a little later. Jersey Mills back to serve for the Bombers.
Bombers getting a lineup check. They seemed a little confused before that serve.
Well, you kind of expect that, though, a little bit, right? Because you work all week on a different lineup because your setter's not, and then you change it in between games, right?
I was like, well, 3 days. They had 3 days for the first one, and they changed it. And they were having open gym yesterday to try to get a little more used to the lineup.
Now, Sarisa, the captain, going over to talk to the up official. Mills to serve it up for the Bombers and into the net. Dueling service errors, unfortunately, for the two teams. And it's 3-2 Potters as we stay on serve.
I've never seen a server stand with her back to the net like that before the serve.
Maybe take your mind off what's going on a little bit, you think? That's sent across. Nice job by Aniston Level to get that across. Emerson Mitchell going to send it across now. Set middle, Ladewa blocked down, and Ladewa got a hand on it, but Gronwald gets the kill for the Potters. Lehman to serve again. It does probably allow you to at least pretend that there's not something going on.
Anything else going on? Yeah.
Clear your mind a little bit. Ladewa, a little trouble there and hit into the net. 5-2 the score now.
Macomb needs to start off with a good pass here and end this run if they want to get back in it.
Yeah, I don't think that they're in a position to let the Potters get too far away. And that's a deep serve and out. That's what they needed. Side out.
That'll
back
work.
to the Bombers. Bombers trailing by 2, into serve and a net serve as Reese Watson was back serving for the Bombers. Another service there, and Emerson Mitchell going back to serve. She was pretty successful, I think, from the service line in set 1, wasn't she? There's an overpass on the serve receive, but it did get over. Now an overpass right back. Anything you can do, I can do as well. Mills comes to get that one. Tipped across, that time by Level. Now on the attack, and a nice one by Emmy Martin, but it was dug. Now outside it comes to Hadley Level. It's dug up. Bumped across. Irving is there. Sarisa tipped across by Martin. Dug by Level. Now it's going to be on the attack. And in! What an attack for the Bombers. Taylor Mann gets the kill and a side out for Macomb. Coming back in is Grace O'Hearn replacing Annika Holland. (6-4). Bombers trail the Potters here in set 2. Potters up 1-0. Low hard serve. It's dug up by Mitchell. O'Hearn is there after the free ball was passed across. Davis sends it deep right corner. Mitchell's there again. She's all over the place. Hear that? They just like to hit to her. There's a hitting air into the net. Whoa, that was not even close, it didn't look like. Ladewa was going to try to take care of it herself. Can't do it. It's going to be a free ball across. Another long rally. Level. Attack. Mitchell and Ladewa mistimed her jump. And a side out. Teresa back to serve now. The setter, because they'll have 3 hitters in the front row.
And she scored 7 points last game.
So it was her that scored all the points in a row. I was one server early.
5 aces, 7 points.
Ladewa was going to try to end that. Nice one-arm dig by Mitchell, but it's not going to get across. And a side out for the Bombers. Mitchell did a good job just to get an arm out there and give her team a chance.
That was a great one-arm dig. Good for Macomb to end that before it became another run, though.
Took their best server off the end line, that's for sure. Or at least their best server in the first set. Irving from the left side tips it across, tipped right back, and they're going to call in the net. Aniston level, and a side out back to the Potters.
So we were talking about the libero switch. I actually think Macomb switched back to a 5-1 maybe. Looks like Aniston level's setting all the time now.
And that's what the Potters are playing also, right? Cerisa's setting all the way around as well. Deep, Ladewa gets a hand on it, which was about all she could do. And a side out back to, it's going to be back serving. Number 5 is Hadley Level. Carrie Brown's watching, says go Potters. Here's Mills, hits that one deep, got a little behind it. Or ahead of it, I should say. And a point. Timing when you're hitting is like the biggest thing in the world, I think, isn't it?
And especially at this age, if you're early, you tend to run past it, and you'll almost always hit out of bounds.
Lehman, one arm dig by O'Hearn. Mills again, gonna push it deep right corner. Emerson Mitchell's there. Cerisa sets middle. It's knocked across by Martin. It's out of bounds. Another side out. Reverend Erud, you're right. It's not a comeback if the Potters don't go ahead, but they're ahead 10-6. So there is a service error.
8 for the Bombers now.
11-6 the score. Back serving again is Emmy Martin, number 6. Mills gets that one into the net. It's 12-6 Potters. Timeout to the Bombers. We'll keep it here. Game being brought to you by Pond Plus. Pond Plus is proud to have served Macomb and the surrounding area for over 20 years, providing cash for most items of value. Pond Plus is the area's largest seller of used items, including firearms. They also provide on-site jewelry repair and are open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday. They have a great selection of jewelry, electronics, tools, video, and video games. Located 324 West Jackson Street in Macomb between Erico and Taco Bell. And the Community News Brief. For all of your local news, subscribe to the Community News Brief. They have 2 editions weekly and also have their midweek free News Brief edition. Check them out and get single copies at select locations in Bushnell, Colchester, Blandonsville, and of course Macomb. So Bombers have made a change. It feels like they're a little more settled, but this Potters team is pretty well rounded.
They're really solid. You know, they have a couple outsides who can hit anything in bounds, it seems like, and that's really good at junior high.
It's nice to get a, that was an overpass, and Lehman, I think, didn't realize it was going to get to her, and it's out of bounds. A side out for the Bombers. How hard are those overpasses like that when you don't, you're watching obviously, but it's close to the net? Are those hard sometimes?
You're talking to the wrong person. It's my favorite thing in volleyball.
That's an overpass, and Mills didn't mess that one up. She went right at it. Gronwald sends it across. Katz tipped across by Watson. Back to Lehman. And somebody was in the net. It went off of Aniston level. And a side out. They might have got away with one there anyway, because I believe a Bomber was in the net either way. It's 13-7. Irving to serve, waiting on the whistle. She finally got it. And a service error. Side out back to the Bombers.
Coach Hume seems to be directing traffic down there with their libero substitutions.
Well, you got to do what you have to do, right? Gronwald on the attack. Mills went to get it. Watson to Level. She'll push it across. Level is not in the front row, so she can't attack it. And a nice tip across for Cerisa. And a side out for the Bombers. or for the Potters, excuse me. It's 14-8. Lehman back to serve now. Just waits for the whistle, doesn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Ladewa. Level back to Ladewa. Mitchell's there. That's to the net and over the net, into the net. Ladewa gets it across with a one-arm bump. Middle, it goes to Gronwald. O'Hearn and Level couldn't quite get down to do anything with it. An unsettable pass. Unusable pass for that matter. It's 15-8. Bombers need a comeback in the worst way. They're down 1-0 and a rotation error.
I think the setter probably left a little early that time.
16-8. I want to thank everybody for watching our broadcast here today. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Is Lehman back to serve again. As Watson may have been, they thought Watson was the culprit, but you're shaking your head. Ladewa, nice attack, but what a dig by Irving. And now the attack by Level. An overpass, and again it caught him off guard. And another kill, or point for the Bombers, I should say. Watson going back to serve. Katz comes out. Into the game is Taylor Mann. Katz has got to figure out where she needs to go as the setter. She's playing left back, it would appear currently then, right?
Yes.
Judging by where she lined up. And a nice attack and a kill for Hadley Level. And that's an example of how you're talking about not every ball they're hitting is a perfect set, but they're able to adjust to the ball and get it in bounds, aren't they?
Yes, and they hit even sets that are on the 10-foot line or behind. That is really, really nice to see in a junior high team. Pretty rare.
Emerson Mitchell gets the ace and the kill, and it's 18-9. The lead for the Potters. Scouty J, thank you. We appreciate that. We appreciate you watching and the kind words about the broadcast. It helps when I have somebody that I kind of know volleyball, but the only thing everything I know about volleyball was taught to me by the lady sitting beside me and Coach Paul in Colchester/West Prairie back in the day. So I do feel like I understand the game pretty well, but she knows a lot more than I do, so which always makes it fun when I get Karis to drop a headset on and talk with me during a game. And we've been friends a long time, and she is a former college player, so I guess if you play Division I level, you have to at least understand the game a little bit, right?
We'd hope so.
18-9 here in set number 2. The Potters with the lead and the one-set advantage. Emerson Mitchell going back to serve again for the Potters. As they have to sub. Coming into the game is going to be Addie Lawrence replacing. Did they switch?
Yeah.
So they switched jerseys back. So they went back, and now Harper Katz is back in the 16 jersey. I think. That's Lawrence served that or hit that. It was going to be a service error, and it went out of bounds.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they just did there. Maybe they're back to a 4-2.
They have to be because Katz isn't in. Lawrence, an overpass. Level's there. Back to Level on the attack and a kill. It's 20-9. And now they're going to switch serve receive. Annika Holland's in as well. There's a bump set. Ladewa hit that one out of bounds. (21-9) the score. The Potters appear to be on their way to a sectional championship and a spot in the IESA 4A championship state tournament, and a rotation error. As the wheels here, Karis
seem to be coming off a little bit.
The wheels on the bus have stopped going around. It's 22 to 10, excuse me. I put the score on the wrong side earlier. I apologize. 22 to 9 is the score. And a kill for Ladewa as the Bombers try to come back a little bit quicker. Shout out to pretty much everybody on the Potters team, from official Abrina to 22 to 10 is the score. O'Hearn back in. And a passing error results in a point for the Bombers. So that is O'Hearn in the 16 jersey.
Still, they didn't change her.
That's a long serve. Emerson Mitchell gets it. Good job by Sarisa to get it over, and Irving's going to send a free ball across.
Nice pass.
Lawrence, Ladewa tipped down. Oh, what a job by the Potters. A nice job. It's bumped across by Martin, and now it's going to be 4 hits and a side out. 23 to 11. Volleyball has to be the hardest sport to make changes to a lineup and on the fly during a game, isn't it?
It is. There's so much momentum in volleyball.
And a kill for Taylor Mann, her second, I do believe, and a side out for the Bombers.
And changing the lineup really stops that. Really, yeah. And you can see him not knowing where to go on the serve, not, serve receive.
Nice serve by Ladewa. It's going to be a free ball, and Mitchell and Lehman.
Maybe it's contagious,
though. Little communication error. The Potters are hoping it's not that contagious, right? Ladewa back to serve again.
Nice.
Hard off of Emerson Mitchell, an ace. 23-14. Still time. That's a great thing. There's no time clock in volleyball, so the Bombers have 2 service points. They can give up 1. They can't give up 2 points. 2 side outs would do it. There's a nice dig over there by Watson. It bumped across. Sarisa comes out to Level, and it just barely stayed in. Hadley Level gets the kill, and that's the first side out that the Bombers could give up. They cannot give up a service point. They're going to have to rattle off a side out and 9 straight points in order to extend this one. Back to serve is Hadley Level. It's short. Dug by Mann. Now it's going to be a free ball by Mills. And it's going to drop. 24-15. 2 points ahead, I think, of where they started last time, or 3, but
still have a long way to go.
A long way to go for the Bombers. That's Katz into serve. Hard off of Lawrence, and a double hit, and that's how it's going to end. The Potters are the IESA Class 4A sectional champions for Macomb. The Potters are going to state, folks. If you're a Potters fan, the Potter mascot is in the house over there doing a little jig, doing a little dance. And the Potters are going to state. Ashley Fellner says, woohoo. Congratulations, Potters. So now the Potters are going to go get their sectional plaque. And the Bombers get congratulated. 24-4. And there is the sectional plaque being awarded to the Potters of Morton High School, as they are the sectional champions, or elementary or junior high or
middle school,
whatever. Depends on what you want to look at. Anyway, it's 7th grade. They'll go to the IESA 7th grade state tournament at Normal Kingsley this Friday. Karis, you got some stats you kept briefly?
Just in general, Morton really won at the service line. They scored 27 points in 2 games to Macomb's 6, and they had 9 aces to Macomb's 1. That was the big difference.
Not a lot of kills, but
pretty even. Macomb had some nice net play. That's where they were really strongest. But
yeah, Ladewa at the end of the first set, Mills throughout the game was very good for the Bombers. Lehman had a good game. Gronwald had a good game for the Potters. Sarisa was like the calming factor at setter, I felt like. And we talked about Macomb missing their setter. That was like, it seemed to me like it was kind of a calming factor.
Nice,
she was always
steadying
there.
Presence, yes.
And when you determine a lot from volleyball on the fact that it is so momentum oriented, that steadiness and that, a good libero, Emerson Mitchell did well at the libero spot, and you have a good setter that's there for you all the time. That's a huge bonus for any team, isn't it?
Yep, especially in junior high when it's, a few points in a run and off they go. Keeping that nice and steady, the same all the time makes a huge difference.
But you could see even in this game where the Bombers were obviously not comfortable, their basic fundamental skills still shine through in a lot of times. You said mentioned their play at the net. They still pass the ball relatively well considering they're out of rotation. Their serve receives seem to be the thing that was affected the most, but they still showed that they have the fundamental skills and why they were in this location.
Yep, you could tell it was mostly, communication, being next to that different person, things like that.
Well,
that moment of hesitation.
Yeah, hesitation is a huge thing. Maybe we should try to talk to Coach. You think we should try to talk to Coach, John? I'm going to take a break. I'm going to see if I can catch the Potters coach here real quick after a few pictures. We'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today and make your voice heard.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
I see acute injuries on the field. I see ankle sprains. I see ACL knee injuries, as well as in the clinic. It's very rewarding to see them from on the field injury to rehab to transition back to their event.
There's been a lot of rewarding parts working at McDonough District Hospital. I've had patients come to me that maybe have not had care in the community, care available. So with the addition of nurse practitioners lately, we've been able to add more care, and that's very rewarding to me. My hope is that when the patients leave at the end of an appointment, they leave and they definitely feel like they've been listened to, and they feel like they're needs have been met, their cares have been met, and that they're going to get the proper treatment that they deserve from me as a provider.
Okay, here we got a couple Potters players going to join us. First is Kate Gronwald, played very well at the net tonight.
Thank
Kate. You guys seem to be very comfortable. We're going to talk to your setter next, but she was a very calming factor, it felt like, for you guys. How nice is it having Brooke to be there all the time in a 5-1 like that?
I think it's really nice having Brooke because she's like really like calming, and she like helps our team get back in like into it when like we make mistakes or like are down. And I also feel like she just really helps us like obviously she's the setter, so she's just always there like on every play and always there.
Now playing middle, you get to be able to hit both directions a little easier than maybe the outsides. But one of the things Karis, that was doing the game with me tonight, and I talked about was you guys, even when a set isn't perfect, you're able to keep the ball in bounds. Does Coach work with you a lot on, we got to make sure the ball's in bounds? Not everything has to be hit hard. We got to keep it in.
Yes, our coach, our team works very hard on like just getting it in play and keeping it playable and just like getting it over and just in bounds.
You guys had a couple really long rallies tonight.
Yes.
Macomb won one. I think you guys won one. How mentally troublesome are those? Do you ever lose track of what's going on, or is it just kind of a flow that you get into?
I would say it's kind of more of just a flow, but then also at the same time, I don't know, they're kind of fun. They're just long and.
How tired do you get in a long rally like that? Do you get tired?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of. You want to get Brooke on here for a minute?
Okay, sure.
All right. Kate, thank you very much, and congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
Have fun at state. Brooke Sarisa coming on. Brooke, good job at the setter's position tonight.
Thank you.
You have some really good hitters. That kind of probably makes your job a little easier, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
I'd ask Kate, they seem to work really hard at getting the ball in bounds, no matter where the set is or how high the set is. Does that make your job a lot easier knowing that they're going to take the time to get the ball in play?
Yeah, I have to trust my hitters as a setter too, because it's a team sport and they're very smart at the net.
Now you guys, you obviously are a key player because you're going to touch the ball pretty much if things work out, you're going to touch it every time. Does that added pressure, or are you kind of used to that at this point as the season has went along and your career to 7th grade has went along? Have you just gotten used to that?
Yeah, I can trust my team too. So when at the beginning of the season, we ran a 6-2 where I was the second setter, and then I had to get more comfortable setting.
So a 6-2 means there's 3 hitters all the time, and when you're in the back row, you set, and when you're in the front row, did you hit or did you come out?
I sit.
So you set and hit
no,
both?
I hit, sorry.
So do you miss hitting?
No, not really. Setting is a lot. I feel like I have a lot less pressure, even though I'm in every play. It's easier to mess up, I feel, hitting.
So one of the things I noticed, you're really good at getting to the second ball no matter where the ball is. Is that one of the things that Coach has kind of instilled in you, that your job is to get that second ball every time?
Yeah, my coaches tell me that I'm the quarterback of the team, so I have a really big role, but so I have to figure out how to get to every ball.
Emerson Mitchell played a pretty good role for you guys tonight at the libero spot, and she passed some really good balls to you. Having a good libero is really nice, I'm sure, too, isn't it?
Yeah.
How important is passing for you as far as what you're able to do for your hitters? That pass is pretty important to start with.
Yeah, because if it's a good pass, then you can usually get a good set, and then a good set leads to usually a good hit.
Do you feel like when the set's off the net, or when you get to, I saw a few times the set was maybe back near the 10-foot line, and your hitters are still able to get it across? That has to make your job easier, knowing that if I can get to this ball and just get something in the air, right, they're going to be able to do something with it.
Yeah, my coaches always tells me just keep it in play, and then we can make something out of it.
How excited are you for state?
I'm excited.
Now, Morton is closer than Macomb. I mean, I should say Bloomington is closer than Macomb was, so you're actually closer to home, I think, right, for the state tournament. Did you have expectations of this when the season started?
No. So I would have never thought we would have made it this far, but our team has really put in the work to get it this far, and we became very more consistent as a team.
Well, consistency pays off, especially in volleyball. So congratulations.
Thank you.
For going to state. Get Coach up here. Would you do that for me? Get Coach Odom up here. Odom. Hopefully I say this right. Coach Emma Odom. Odom?
Odom, yep.
Yeah, Odom. Okay, make sure I said it right. Coach, you get you a sectional win and a group of girls that look like they play very well together.
Yes, it is such a positive group of girls. Since day one in the gym, they've really come together and really been one whole team.
Macomb lost their setter, I think, due to illness this week, and we saw a lot of communication problems. We didn't see very many communication problems from you. Having a setter like Sarisa, a good libero coming in like Mitchell, helps that communication a lot, doesn't it?
Absolutely, because Mitchell is in charge of that defensive communication, and then Brooke is running our offense. So they do a great job communicating throughout the whole set.
You know, Karis and I were talking during the game that your hitters keep almost everything in play, even if it's not a great set or even if it's no set at all. Everything seemed to stay in play. I mean, obviously, you work on that all the time, but for 7th graders to be able to do that, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, their game IQ has grown so much. Early on in the season, you'd have seen a little bit different of a story, but they've done a really great job of knowing when the set's on, when they can swing away, and when it's off, just to kind of control it and get in bounds and reset after that.
I asked Brooke if she had any idea that at the start of the year that she'd be going to state at the end of the year, and she said no, not really. What was your expectations when the year started?
When you start the season, you always shoot for some sort of plaque. So we were shooting for regional, but never would have seen this coming. So it's kind of a fun surprise.
Everything after that's a bonus, right?
Absolutely.
So 8th grade's going on right now too, right? So
yes.
Regionals are this week for 8th grade. How does some of the smaller schools around here, they'll play 7th graders on the 8th grade team. Does that affect you guys at all, or do you have enough in every class you don't really have to do that kind of
We
stuff?
have a full 15 on both teams. So there's nobody who's pulled up. So it's 2 completely different rosters.
So that makes state for this group of girls a whole lot more exciting than to some extent, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Short drive. You had a good crowd here tonight. I know that some people are going to go back and watch this. There's still 80-some people watching right now. So what can you say to the people that came all the way over here to Macomb and have a chance to go to Morton or go to Normal next week?
It just shows our community support. Even at home games, away games, even an hour-and-a-half drive, our crowd shows up, and they really support us throughout everything, and even online. So we just have a great presence that helps cheer us throughout the whole season.
Now, we talked a little before the game about 4A, 3A, 2A. It's different in IESA. There's not as many member schools and stuff like that. These kids will be 3A when they get to high school, probably, I think is what you said. So
yeah.
Does the class matter that much, do you think, here at the junior high level?
We've had some very competitive teams that have been in lower classes, so we don't see a huge difference. Our biggest thing that we have to overcome is we don't start until 7th grade, whereas some of those smaller schools, they have a 5th and 6th grade program where they've been working at younger grades. So that's kind of something that's a little bit different for us, is we don't start until later on in the year.
So you have to feel pretty good about a team that goes to state that hadn't played volleyball really much at all until this year, right?
Absolutely, yeah. We had a few kids play club before, but for the most part, it's pretty brand new for them.
That's awesome. Congratulations, Coach. Have fun at state this weekend.
Awesome.
Hopefully you can go away with a championship or a plaque, a great plaque or something like that. How's that sound?
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
All right, well, that's Coach Emma Odom talking to us for a few minutes, and that will about do it here from Macomb Middle School as the Potters of Morton Junior. They're the junior Potters, they call them. I don't know if it's junior high or middle school like Macomb. We're not real sure on that. But at any rate, the Potters get a 25-16, 25-15 win over the Bombers. And the Bombers season comes to an end here in sectional competition at Macomb Middle School. So for John Burton on the camera, for Karis Coran, who was so nice to come help me tonight, about 30 or 45 minutes I think it was before game time. I appreciate that greatly. Thanks for watching TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. Subscribe, like. We're going to do some baseball and some softball this summer, or spring, I should say. So should be a lot of fun. We appreciate everybody watching. Have a great spring. We'll see you again very soon.